From the outside, Milestones Living History Museum looks much like any other museum. But once you step through the doors, everything changes. Instead of simply looking at history, you're invited to walk through it. Exploring recreated streets, historic buildings, and everyday life from Britain's past. Today, we're taking you inside to see whether Milestones is worth adding to your next family day out. Located in Basingstoke, Milestones Living History Museum is completely indoors, making it a great choice whatever the weather. The museum is laid out like a journey through time, with each area flowing naturally into the next as you explore. Our first stop was the traditional seaside pier, filled with vintage arcade machines, classic games, and nostalgic attractions. Many of the machines are still working, giving visitors the chance to experience the kind of seaside entertainment that previous generations would have enjoyed. Whether it's penny arcade machines, puppet shows, pinball, or air hockey, it's a fun area that immediately gets both children and adults involved. Leaving the pier behind, we stepped onto the Victorian streets, and this is where the museum really begins to shine. The cobbled roads, traditional shop fronts, and beautifully recreated buildings make it feel as though you've stepped back in time. As you wander through the streets, you'll discover everything from an old school in ironmongers to workshops, sawmills, and historic businesses, all filled with authentic displays. During our visit, costumed volunteers were chatting with visitors and helping to bring the streets to life, making the whole experience feel even more immersive. One of the real highlights for us was the collection of magnificent steam-powered vehicles. Standing beside these enormous machines really gives you an appreciation for the engineering and craftsmanship of the era. What impressed us most wasn't just the larger exhibits, but the smaller details too. You can wander through back gardens, peek inside period homes, and discover little scenes of everyday life that make the whole museum feel incredibly authentic. It encourages you to slow down, look around, and take everything in. As we continued exploring, we arrived at the old railway station, complete with a traditional ticket office and displays showing how Britain's railways once operated. Just around the corner, we found something we weren't expecting, a real working pub right in the middle of the historic street. It's a lovely place to stop for a drink and adds even more atmosphere to the experience. The museum then takes you forward into the 1930s and 1940s, where the streets, vehicles, and shop fronts reflect a completely different period of British history. From wartime homes and bomb shelters to vintage cars and traditional businesses, every corner offers something different to discover. One of our favorite stops was the traditional sweet shop, where sweets are still weighed out on old-fashioned scales. Watching families choose their favorites really added to the nostalgic atmosphere and made it feel like a genuine step back in time. If you're planning to spend a few hours here, there's also a cafe located within the historic streets, making it easy to stop for a drink or something to eat before carrying on with your visit. Before leaving, we also found a small display of vintage teddy bears tucked away amongst the exhibits, along with even more beautifully restored historic vehicles. It's these unexpected little discoveries that make Milestones such an enjoyable place to explore. Overall, Milestones Living History Museum genuinely surprised us. Rather than simply telling the story of Britain's past, it allows you to experience it for yourself by walking through the streets, stepping inside the buildings, and discovering the everyday lives of the people who once lived there. Whether you're visiting as a family, you're interested in history, or you're simply looking for something a little different, Milestones offers a unique day out that's well worth experiencing. If you found this review helpful, please give the video a like and consider subscribing for more family days out, attractions, and travel reviews.